Hey guys, usually I would start these videos off with a silly little intro, but I feel like today is not the time and place for that. A lot of you guys sent me this video and it's a 2-hour long video. It's a live stream and I'm going to do my best to kind of just chop it up and show you guys, I guess, the highlights of it for anyone who doesn't want to sit through a 2-hour long video. Truth be told, I haven't sat through this whole video yet. I made it like halfway through maybe before I had to stop and do something else. I haven't even shown you guys. I put stickers on it and stuff already, but I got one of these water bottles. This is our merch. I have this design on like t-shirts and stuff, but we have a water bottle too. Dude, I've been drinking out of this every single day for the past few weeks and I'm on that water bottle gang now. Let's help the environment, baby. Yeah, no, for real though. I filled it up before I went to bed last night and then like forgot about it and didn't drink it, and then this morning there were still ice cubes in it. So it's a good water bottle and it's cute. Doesn't come with these stickers. I got these on Amazon, but I love this water bottle. I love it. Changed my life. And you can get one at my merch store down below anyway. Okay, that's the only plug I'm gonna do just because it conveniently is right in front of me. But anyway, also I have my portable AC on, so sorry if you can hear a hum in the background. I don't usually like to keep it on when I'm filming, but it is so humid in Arizona today and hot, and yeah, I'm just sweating my butt off. So anyway, so this video is of a woman who was, and I think still is, considered the top consultant of all time of paparazzi. If you haven't watched the video that I posted like a few weeks ago about the paparazzi convention being a super spreader event, please go watch that video first because a lot has happened since then. Also, Mac Attack, I just watched his video on it last night and I got chills, like some of the stuff he was saying, because he's so passionate and also much smarter than me when it comes to medical stuff. So like, so much of it just made sense and it's a very good video. So I highly recommend Mac Attack's video. I'll link it down below and then you can watch this video. How about that? So come back, because this video, from what I watched of it, it's crazy. She goes into detail about why she got terminated from paparazzi, and then of course the paparazzi super spreader event, and probably more, you know, because like I said, I didn't finish watching it. But I'm going to keep her anonymous just because she isn't part of paparazzi anymore. So I think she started her own business and she's just doing her own thing now, from what I understand, and I don't want to draw any negative attention towards her, even though, you know, her being the top seller of paparazzi ever, I'm sure a lot of people know who she is. But can we just leave this poor woman alone? You know, she's moved on and she's doing better things with her life. With that out of the way, I have a long day ahead of me and a long few more days of editing this down so that it's consumable. I'm also just gonna let a lot of this play. I know usually I pause a lot to give my commentary, and obviously I'll still do that, but her words are much more important than mine, and I just definitely want my audience to hear them, so that's why we're here. Without further ado, let's just press play. Buckle in, grab a snack. This is gonna be a long one, but it's worth it. She spills a lot of tea on paparazzi, and if you guys know anything about me, paparazzi is like my arch nemesis. I have not ever once had a good experience with a current paparazzi distributor ever once. They're all just brainwashed mean girls times 1,000. Like worse than Monet even, I think. But anyway. Also, I'm gonna skip the first 10 minutes because I remember watching it and being like, all right, get to the point. She basically doesn't say anything of importance in the first 10 minutes.
I'm torn on if I should start with the last horrific event that happened with paparazzi or if I should tell my story first. And a lot of the emotional energy that I've had during this weekend is the regurgitation of the disgustingness of paparazzi. Anybody who joins an MLM like paparazzi, okay, I'm not saying any MLM, I'm talking about an MLM like paparazzi.
Sorry, I'm already pausing. I promise I'm not going to do this all the time. But to be fair, I always like to say that most MLMs are the same. You can't say not every MLM, just the ones like paparazzi. Paparazzi does kind of require you to hold an inventory more than most MLMs do. Kind of LuLaRoe-esque, if you will. But other than that, I mean, the atmosphere is very similar. The compensation plan is similar. So I just want to put that out there that yes, this is obviously about paparazzi, but let's not try to give other MLMs a break, because we had Prove It, Zaya Active, I think Bellamy, is that one of the, I don't know if I'm even saying that right, but there have been, like, over the past few weeks since the Paparazzi convention, there have been other big conventions too, that maybe there weren't as many attending them, but I'm sure that a lot of those distributors are getting sick too. Paparazzi is not the only MLM who did anything like this. She'll get into it here, but Paparazzi was really messed up behind the scenes. They really held a lot of stuff over their heads, like the Paparazzi consultants. They really held stuff over their heads to convince them to attend this conference. And it's really messed up, but she'll get into it.
And you still see the same people defending this disgusting, disgusting company. It emotionally tears you up because you've gone through it yourself. And for people to just blatantly disregard other people's stories and say, oh, you're bitter, boo. No, 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 no. Once they get over their hurt and their anger, they're not bitter, they're better. And by telling a story about what happened to you doesn't make you bitter. It makes you brave. It makes you brave to step up and tell your story, your encounter of what happened with a disgusting company, no matter who's going to come after you. Because trust me, they start their little threats from the day you either quit or you're canceled.
When she says you're canceled, the first time I watched this, I'm just gonna clarify. I was like, what do you mean? She got canceled by the paparazzi, like cancel culture? But no, she's talking about straight up like having your account terminated with paparazzi. That's what she's talking about. It wouldn't be wrong to loop in cancel culture with what she's talking about either, because they're cults, right? MLMs are cults. We talk about it all the time. And just like any good cult would, when you leave, you are a suppressive person, you are shunned, you are often harassed, and dude, if you watch the live comments on this video, there are some angry ass paparazzi consultants in there, and they are saying just some of the grossest shit. And this woman, like, she sees it and she's just like, fuck you, I don't care. And that is bravery to me. This is someone who was at the very tippity top of an MLM, and she is spilling all the motherfucking tea because she morally cannot stand by that shit and knows it has to be called out. That's bravery, especially when you know the kind of atmosphere that is within these teams behind the scenes. This girl, I think she's great. And I think what she did here with this video is so needed and also hopefully eye-opening to a lot of people.
I'll be damned if a company like Paparazzi, who is blatantly still above and beyond doing their vile, disgusting things to consultants, and me sit and not say a word, I'm gonna allow, no. See, that's not in me. This needs to happen. And if not for anything, if I could just get one person to hear me and to realize, wow, and I can save you from this vile company, I've done exactly what needed to be done. Everybody wants to know why paparazzi canceled me. I'll give you the lowdown of my history of paparazzi. I drank the Kool-Aid like nobody else's Kool-Aid. Paparazzi did change my life. Just until recently, I was able to say, thank you for having me walk through that trial and tribulation. It was necessary. Did it hurt? Yeah. Does it still hurt? Yeah. But I came back a much stronger person. And I know that my ethics and integrity will hang solid no matter how much money I am making. And to me, that means more than anything. I was the #1 selling consultant in Paparazzi by a fact. I wasn't the #1 buying consultant in Paparazzi. I was the #1 selling consultant in Paparazzi. I also had an A-lister team that was this close to Maven A-lister. That's how high up I was in Paparazzi. You guys, I want them to stay. I want all the paparazzi trolls to stay. I want them to regurgitate anything that they have to say. I want you to read it. I want you to understand where their frame of mind is and why they acted this way. I want you to let them spew disgustingness from their mouths. 3.5 years I was with Paparazzi. Highest selling consultants. They literally made levels for me. I didn't just break records. I shattered records. About 2.5 years into Paparazzi, I almost feel like I'm going to throw up. That's how bad it is. Not that I'm scared. It's just so disgusting to even talk about it. I started realizing what was going on, from their lack of shipping to the lack of integrity with their jewelry, to how they treat their consultants, to the blatant brainwashing that they do with these consultants. And there was a moment in time when it literally clicked for me that I am in a cult and I'm the queen cult leader, and they are literally using me as a circus monkey parading on the stages to build their brand.
Doesn't it feel so refreshing to hear somebody actually say this? Not just anybody, because obviously a lot of us have left MLMs and been like, oh yeah, it was a cult. This is somebody who was at the top, and obviously, yeah, we have some people in the anti-MLM community now who have similar stories and also can admit these things, but it is so refreshing. I'm just proud of her. I'm just really proud of this lady. I don't know anything about her, but she just seems like a really good person.
And I am willingly dressing up in a monkey suit and letting them utilize my hard work for their glory.
Sorry, one more thing. I guess I never really thought of it that way, and let me know if you're kind of in the same boat as me here, but yeah. Yeah. When they parade these consultants on their stages and they give them these awards and stuff, who is it really for? I mean, yeah, I guess it's so the consultant can be like, look at my achievement in this company, but it's also for the company. They stand to benefit from that too, and I guess I just never really thought about that. It's not just about recognition of the individual consultant. It is so the company can be like, look at how successful these people are. Don't you want to join us? And of course, it gives the consultants more of a reason to want to work harder in the company, but also defend the company. And with Paparazzi, man, I gotta say, out of all the MLMs who need defending, Paparazzi, they've got an army. A very vocal, brainwashed army.
When you become a paparazzi leader, they expect you to continually stick up for their company. It doesn't matter what happens. It doesn't matter if their shipping is 6 weeks behind. It doesn't matter if the pieces you get are broken. It doesn't matter if you get canceled because you're selling Girl Scout cookies on your personal page. If as a leader you do not defend them, you will be shamed. Not only will you be shamed, you will be canceled.
That's a fucking cult. That is an absolute cult. It is one thing to be like, don't speak bad about our company or else we're going to terminate you. It's another thing to say, if we do something fucked up, you have to say something in defense of us. This is not shocking to me, but it's like, it's no wonder the paparazzi huns especially are so rude, so loud, so vocal. It's because they have to be.
They would tell us as leaders how we needed to defend their brand to our teams all the time. Didn't matter how you truly felt.
And that's scary too, because I mean, with paparazzi and especially, I have a bag of paparazzi jewelry that you guys have sent me. I don't know, guys. Maybe it's just me, but how can you have integrity in fucking costume jewelry like this? This is shit you get at fucking Party City during Halloween. What in the fuck? Plastic shit. Just like, I don't even know. How can you be expected to defend such a fucking shit product? Like, look at this. Like, the sequins aren't even straight, dude. What do you expect for $5? I mean, exactly. What do you expect for $5? Like, this is what they're so desperate for defense. Like, what the fuck is this? God, this looks like shit. I don't know. The product itself is indefensible, let alone the shit that they do. Anyone defending this shit? I mean, have you no integrity? It's so messed up. Sorry to go off on that tangent. We'll continue.
I stopped doing it. How am I going to defend a brand where my consultants on my team are being canceled for selling Girl Scout cookies? How am I going to defend a brand that suspends consultants because of false allegations about something not being shipped, even though they show proof? Because other paparazzi consultants literally turn them into compliance with lies and allegations. They get suspended, talked down to by the company, blasting them for not shipping out a paid item in a timely manner. Meanwhile, the hypocrisy of it all is that paparazzi themselves won't even ship out your paid order for 3, 4, 6 weeks. And you, as a leader, need to defend that.
Honestly, I had no idea that this was even going on in paparazzi. I guess if you're not in it, you wouldn't know because I've never ordered paparazzi, but 6 weeks to get $5 jewelry? I mean, obviously they're made in China, but even then, there's no excuse for that. For an MLM this big, it's kind of shocking to me that this is happening.
How can you logically justify that? I've had consultants on my team canceled for false allegations, no questions asked. They just take it away. I couldn't do that anymore. One specific instance that happened that set me on the road. So a lot of these trolls were taking profiles and copying the profiles as if it was them. And then they would go on other people's paparazzi shows and say things like, hey, this girl knows nothing, come follow me and buy from me. But it wasn't really that person. I was public enemy number one. You know, like I was the empire. I was the top selling. I was the top of the top in paparazzi when it came to sales. No one could touch me. So mine got copied and was everywhere. And I was petrified. So I emailed compliance and I let them know with pictures and proof that it wasn't me. I'm being copied. And furthermore, here is pictures of them doing it to your own page, posing as if you're paparazzi company and going and doing this.
Can I just say real quick that if this is anybody who is in the anti-MLM community and you're maybe doing something like this, I don't know, with the intention to get people out of MLMs or even just to be a dick, don't do that. Like, this is so, it is always shocking to me that there are so many people out there who are just so willing to spend so much time and effort and energy doing shit like this. Like, these are the people where I'm like, get a life. You have no life. Like, stop. You're just being a douchebag. You're not helping anybody if that's your intention.
And I reached out and I told them this. And they emailed me back and said, thank you for the information. Noted. It'll be put in your file and noted. So tell me why, in less than 2 weeks later, I was suspended because of one of these instances where my profile was copied and they went into somebody else's live show and it said this. They literally showed me the screenshot and it said this. Just to let you know, I am paparazzi's #1 selling consultant. This consultant doesn't know what they're talking about. Come to my page and I will give you 50% off of my jewelry. That's how ridiculous it was.
That makes me think that that either has to be an ex-paparazzi consultant or a full-on paparazzi consultant who is trying to take business away from their competition. Okay, market saturation? No, that doesn't exist, but hey, let's try to get our competition out of here. That's messed up. It is against paparazzi's policies and procedures to sell any paparazzi jewelry for less than $5. I've seen instances where they're selling it for more than $5 and I guess no one gets up their ass about that, just as long as you're not selling it for less. So it's like, that's why it makes me think that this is someone who knows paparazzi. So you're either someone who is in the anti-MLM community who knows this, or someone who has been in paparazzi or is in paparazzi and is trying to take down your competition. That is so sad. Who else fucking does that in their regular jobs? You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody. It is so high school. It is so immature. But also, who wants to be involved in a business where people are doing that? This doesn't come as that much of a shock to me just because, like, of the paparazzi huns I've ever had contact with. I'm like, yeah, of course they're doing shit like this. They're all fucking mean girls. They're bad. But it's just so not cool.
They suspended me. That's when I lost my cool. I was so done. I messaged them back and it wasn't nice. And paparazzi doesn't like when you're not kissing their ass. You have to kiss paparazzi's ass. I'm surprised that that's not blatantly in their policies and procedures. You must at all time kiss our ass, right? To where your lips are chapped and bleeding, kiss our ass. Not like kiss our ass, bye boo. I mean literally, we will bend over for you to pucker up and kiss our ass. Okay, so my response to them was not nice. Although I took the time out to tell you that this was happening, not just to me, but in my letter to Paparazzi, I begged them to please not suspend or cancel any consultant that this was happening to, because they had already canceled, not suspended, canceled one of the people on my team. I said, where was it in the explanation? You didn't understand. Because you told me that was noted. And now I sit here suspended from buying your product, being your number one salesperson on an issue that I actually made you aware of, that I took the time to make you aware of. Do you know what they messaged me back? We thought it was an advertisement that went astray. I retorted without kissing their ass. I said, really? Did you read what it said? That I will give you 50% off anything, which is completely against compliance? You believe I would send out an advertisement like that? You are full of bullshit. This is when the next letter came up. This letter was definitely on the other spectrum of kissing their ass. I don't understand why you feel the need to run your company in fear. I don't understand why you think fear tactics, bullying, and suspending people is the right way to ethically run a company. I am beside myself with the disgustingness of what I need to endure every single day to make your company millions of dollars.
I don't think it's an ethic. I mean, it is an ethic issue, but I don't think Paparazzi sees it that way, because clearly they don't care about any of that. You can sit there and be like, I don't see why you think that you're running your business ethically. And I think their response would be, we never said that we were being ethical. We weren't here for being ethical. I literally think that they know they're being unethical and they don't care.
I cannot understand why I have to have a panic attack every single morning I wake up just to see if my account is either suspended or canceled without any discussion from you whatsoever. I fail to understand how you want us to blindly believe in everything you do, but yet, after 3.5 years of completely giving you my entire life, my entire livelihood, all of my time, all of my praises, all of my efforts, you still don't believe in me. Fuck you.
Yeah, they don't care as long as they have your money, right? That can be said for any MLM, but it sounds like with Paparazzi especially. Yeah, they don't care. That's one of the things that pro MLMers, I guess, will argue, is that like, no one cares about you at your 9 to 5. You're just a working part of the machine. And it's like, how is that any different from MLMs? You're no more important, probably less important, because they don't even want to pay you a wage. You're not worth minimum wage to them. You're worth whatever money they can milk out of you. This is like fucking example number one. Someone who has made them so much money and worked the business to bring in so much revenue for them. And they're just like, fuck you. It's awful.
Then I wasn't done. No. I went ahead and put Misty, if you don't know, that's one of the founders, Trent, which is her husband, Shani, which is her sister, Ryan, which is her husband, and Summer in a chat, all on Facebook. Dear founders, would you like to explain to me why I am suspended after literally writing your compliance team and getting them aware of the issues that are happening on Facebook? Would you like to explain to me why I am canceled for no damn reason yet again? This isn't the first time with false accusations. Why I am canceled yet again, suspended, sorry, yet again for something I didn't do. Why is it that I have to blindly follow you and believe in your integrity 24/7 when after 3.5 years of me devoting myself to you, you still don't believe in an ounce of integrity I have? I don't understand why you feel that bullying people and having them be in this company out of fear is the right way to go. My eyes are opened. This is disgusting, and I'm not tolerating it anymore. So people want to know why I was canceled. I want to know how many paparazzi consultants have the balls to not only stand up for themselves against the founders, but for the very team that is making you money. I want to know how many of these loyal consultants who literally get thousands of dollars from the people that they bring on underneath them, how many of you stick up for your girls that are making you money? I want to know, because guess what? I fucking did. I was done. You guys want to know how much money I was making? Over $1 million a year. And yes, I spoke to them that way because they deserve to be spoken to that way. See, money doesn't mean anything to me. It's my integrity. Paparazzi made me so physically ill because for the last year, I was compromising my integrity. I didn't know what to do. I literally was sick to my stomach. I had diverticulitis, ulcerative colitis. I was in and out of the hospital. My customers literally saw me falling apart. They couldn't figure out why. The company was stressing me out. The things that they asked me to do, or not asked me, I'm sorry, not asked me, dictated to me to do in order to literally defend their company, completely compromised my integrity. And I fucking let it happen until one day I snapped. I couldn't do it anymore. These stories out there are real. They never gave me the time of day, and everybody thought that I directly spoke to these founders because of the level that I was at. Never.
I don't think that's unusual.
And yes, I believed in paparazzi. I just couldn't do it anymore. There was never thank yous. There was never appreciation. It was always the beat down. It was always, you're not good enough. Why did you wear a football jersey on your live show? Because your customer is offended that you support the NFL. These are the messages you get. Right? How dare you say damn on your live show? You're not allowed to cuss.
What? I'm sorry, what? I thought this was your own business. Shouldn't you be able to run your own business the way you want to? I mean, the word damn, bitch, I've heard sitting presidents say worse. Sitting presidents that, by the way, the founders are very supportive of, but we don't have to get into that. Sorry. Yeah, it's not your own business. We all know that, but this is just like obvious. Okay, you're not allowed to say damn. If you're selling costume jewelry on Facebook Live, you're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to wear a fucking jersey. This would make people walk on eggshells because you never fucking know what's gonna get you in trouble. That is a toxic environment. Those are the kind of things we see in toxic relationships. It's just like you can never do anything right by these people, but also this company.
A customer was offended because you're showing too much cleavage. Never a message from paparazzi that said, you're doing an amazing job. I just want to reach out to you because the levels you're hitting are amazing. Never. It was only done in a public forum where everybody could see. So that way everybody could say, wow, aren't the founders amazing? Because you see, it's all about them. It does not matter how much time and effort you put into their company. They still believe you should be thanking them. But when do you stop and thank the people who are building your brand? Oh, I know when. It's only when you have conventions and you go parade upstage. That's a really good segue into what we're going to talk about next. When paparazzi has conventions, if you do not go to a paparazzi convention, then there are things that you are not going to have access to. You will not have access to their exclusive convention pieces.
This part is shocking to me. And you know, maybe if we weren't in the middle of a pandemic, some of these things would be like, well, okay, I guess that's just how it is. That's shitty, but that's how it is. I'll just let her talk, but like, this is so gross. This is disgusting.
And you are not going to have access to your awards. And if you are a Z recipient, you will not be able to accept your Z necklace that you worked for if you don't cross the stage and promote that Z necklace that you worked for.
I'm not sure what a Z necklace is, but I know that top distributors or something get to like design their own pieces and then it gets named after them or something like that. So maybe that's what she's talking about.
That's fine. I actually had no problem with any of that when I was a consultant. But let's fast forward to COVID. See, in the prior years, they had to do virtual. They didn't do the virtual because they were concerned for people's safety. They did the virtual because they had no choice, because they weren't allowed to rent a place to have a big gathering.
Right. And honestly, it should still be the same. Like, I mean, we obviously know what's been happening with all this shit, but we are in a worse place now as far as the numbers go than we were this time last year. So why the fuck? Is it just because we're all just tired and we're just like, fuck it, let's all get COVID, who cares? Do yourself a favor. If you're one of the people who do not support another lockdown, do yourself a favor and just read the Herman Cain Award subreddit, r/Herman Cain Award. Spend 5 minutes there and you'll understand why there is a need for this. There is no need for all of these in-person conventions right now. You did it virtually last year and it worked out just fine. Why can't you do it again this year? Oh, I'm sorry, because you're not going to make as much money? That's what it is. They're literally putting their profits over the health and safety of the people who are making them those profits. It's really messed up.
This year, the Las Vegas MGM Grand opened it back up again. July 30th, the CDC changed their rules and they were back to mandatory masks. The MGM Grand refused to close their doors and cancel any engagements because of the extreme loss of revenues from the previous years.
So what? Put a price on human life, dude. And here's the thing, is that as I'm filming this video, I think there have been 10 consultant deaths so far, which she's gonna get into. But a lot of the people who are arguing and defending paparazzi are saying, oh, there were 17,000 people and only 10 people died. I don't give a shit if just one person died. 10 people lost their lives. How much is that worth to you? How much did they make at the convention? A few $1 million? That's all the human life is worth to you? It is fucking disgusting. The blame of what happened does not just lie on one person. This was a failure on many different levels. MGM Grand, yeah, they should have shut their doors and said, you can't fucking have your convention here. Find somewhere else or don't do it at all. They didn't do that. Paparazzi, as a company, could have said, you know, we value those people who are making us money. We value their lives. So let's just do it virtually. Or at the very least, offer a virtual option. Didn't do that, okay? It's the attendees' fault. They had a choice. It was their choice to go. True, but she hasn't really even mentioned all of it regarding the atmosphere that is created there to make these people feel like they have to go. If you don't go, it's not just a FOMO thing. They're not just missing out on a fun time. It's actually harmful to their business for them to not go. And paparazzi created this. So I don't even blame the individual person. I mean, yeah, we're in the middle of a pandemic. You should have the foresight to be like, maybe we still shouldn't be doing this year. I'm not gonna go. And a lot of people did. I mean, from what I understand, a lot of the posts I saw anyway were of people saying like, yeah, I didn't go this year. But yeah, I think this was a failure on so many levels. And a lot of people are to blame for this.
The only good thing that paparazzi did was in the previous years, if you bought a ticket and you did not show up, Diane, booyah, there's my cleavage and shit and shit and shit and shit. Bye, boo.
I love her. Can I just say I love her? Imagine bitching about her saying shit, I guess. She got some boobies there. Anyone who thinks that women should be hiding a part of their body that is really just right out there in the open. Well, we should all be wearing t-shirts like this all day, every day because we have boobs? This is stupid. It's so fucking stupid. Let her wear what she wants. That's not even bad. She don't got nip hanging out. But see, this is what I'm saying. These paparazzi distributors, they're just vicious. They'll fucking bitch at you for anything.
This year, we're so blessed that paparazzi changed the fact that if you got awards and you did not pick them up, that they would mail them to you. Before, they wouldn't do that. If you didn't go pick up your awards and somehow figure out how to tote them home, because the paparazzi awards are huge and ostentatious and very, very heavy, then they also would not ship them to you. God forbid you put paparazzi out because you didn't show up and fall to your knees and praise them. This year, they were so awesome to at least say, we will ship your awards to you. Paparazzi is the best! They're gonna ship my awards!
Right, this is what was shocking to me that, I mean, like, I'm glad that they did that this year, but the fact that they weren't doing that before, it's like, okay, but you probably made the award, right? So if they don't show up to get it, what do? Just throw it away? What a waste of resources, among other things. Those awards, they're important to the distributors. They want those things. It's just more credibility on their end to be like, look at all the things I've accomplished because of paparazzi. Don't you want this too? It was so easy for me. All you have to do is sell $5 jewelry. It helps their business to have those things.
Oh my God, thank you. But here's the deal, guys. Frequently asked questions about the convention. And this is really good irony. They called it Celebrate this year. Will Celebrate be held in person? Yes, we are thrilled to be able to host our annual convention in person this year. This is all on Paparazzi's site. Question, will there be a virtual broadcast? No, there will not be a virtual broadcast for this event. Oh, so I'm a paparazzi consultant and I bought my ticket months ago when there was no Delta variant. Months ago. Before people got sick, and my ticket was over $300. And now they're telling me I may have a household of sick people and there's sickness all over with the Delta variant. And I'm petrified to go to Las Vegas, which actually is the largest hotspot for the Delta variant. I don't have a virtual option.
And listen, like, I understand being tired, wanting to get back to normal. I get it. Because we all kind of thought that we were on the up and out, didn't we? And then Delta happened. And you know, I don't want to say no one could have predicted this because we've been warning anti-vaxxers against it for months about how, hey, viruses mutate. How about we nip it in the bud right now before we get a new variant that kills people? So was this predictable? Yeah. But I think a lot of us just had wishful thinking that we would be getting back to normal. We have a president who said, hey, 4th of July is going to be normal. And we all made sure that we were going to get back to normal by 4th of July because he said that. But is it so hard after all we've been through in the past year and a half to just say, you know, just to be safe, let's just live stream it? Not a big deal. Make it a choice. Because then at that point, all the people who were arguing, well, it was their choice to go, I would say, yup, it was, because they could have just done it virtually. They could have kept themselves safer. But that wasn't even an option. And it's really not that hard to make it an option. It's like negligence. At this point in the virus, whether you knew it or not, it is just negligent to not even make that an option, given everything we've gone through. We have to know that this shit can change just like that. Err on the side of caution, you know?
Damn. Okay. Question. What safety precautions will be taken? This is so good. I love this. Paparazzi people, please defend their own post, please. Paparazzi staff and each of our convention attendees will be expected to adhere to all health and safety regulations outlined by the state of Nevada, Clark County, and the MGM Grand. We understand these guidelines can change and we will comply with the regulations in place at the time of the event. As an attendee, you will be expected to adhere to these regulations as well.
You will be expected, not you will be required. Well, I mean, really, they were required by law. I don't remember where I saw this, just in one of the many sources that we have surrounding this fiasco. Some of the workers at MGM Grand said that they did try to enforce it. Like, the crowd was so big, like, you don't have that much staff to make sure that every single person is continuously wearing a mask at all times. It is just impossible. And the people that did work the event did say that they tried to tell people to put on their masks and they would just walk past them and not say anything. Just, loser, you want me to wear a mask? I would really like to hear detailed stories from all of the MGM Grand employees that worked this event. But I think they're not kind of going into that kind of detail right now because I'm sure the MGM Grand doesn't want that kind of bad press either. I mean, honestly, this whole situation makes me not ever want to support MGM or their hotels anymore, because like half of the hotels on the Vegas Strip are MGM hotels. They're owned by MGM. It makes me not want to stay at any of those hotels next time I go to Vegas, because they clearly have a blatant disregard for anyone's safety. So I'd just rather not give my money to a company who doesn't care whether I am well or not.
Question: will masks be required on Tuesday, July 27th, 2021? By the way, again, I'm not making it up. Paparazzi typed these up themselves. July 27th, 2021. The state of Nevada announced that they will be adopting the latest Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, guidance. This announcement was made via the State Nevada Executive Department Declaration of Emergency Direction 47. Beginning Friday, July 30th, 2021. Masks must be worn in public, indoor settings by all individuals, regardless of vaccination status. Now, before I continue, because this gets even more interesting, let me remind you that these tickets went on sale months before the event. These tickets were over $300. They say that Friday, July 30th, they will be enforcing this. Now, if you're a consultant and you bought a $300 ticket, you may very well be a little concerned. I would be. They go on to say, to read the emergency directive issued by the state of Nevada in its entirety, click here. So, Paparazzi, did you actually read it? Misty Kirby, did you actually read that, Misty Kirby? Trent, did you actually I'm sorry, the ticket was $245. If you lived in Nevada, that's all it cost you. If you didn't live in Nevada, you still had to fly there, boo-boo bear. You still had to get a hotel room. So with me saying $300, I'm still being extremely laxed.
Thank you. Dude, it's just so frustrating to me to just even think about like people being that nitpicky. Like, it wasn't $300, hun, it was $245. Okay, it's still a lot of money, and that's really not that far off, because if you include tax with all that and whatever fucking fees from where you buy the tickets at, yeah, it probably was close to $300. That's probably why she said the number 300, because after all your taxes and fees and shit, it probably was close to 300. But no, these paparazzi huns are gonna defend that. As if her getting that exact number wrong discredits everything else she's gonna say. No, boo-boo, it's not like that. That ain't it.
And even if you drove a state away, it cost you more than $65 more to get your shit over to Nevada. So I was wondering if the founders actually clicked and read that. Based on this announcement, as an attendee for Celebrate being held for the MGM Grand in Las Vegas, you will be required to wear a mask throughout the event. Wow. Okay. Question: will social distancing be enforced? A paparazzi staff and each of our convention attendees will be expected to adhere to all health and safety regulations outlined by the state of Nevada, Clark County, and the MGM Grand. We understand these guidelines can change, and we will comply to the regulations in place at the time of the event. As an attendee, you will be expected to adhere to all of these regulations.
I mean, clearly MGM Grand didn't. Have you seen the pictures? So the numbers I've heard are that it can hold 20,000 people. I've heard that 10,000 people were there, and then from other sources I heard 17,000, so I don't know which one is accurate. Either way, you can't social distance 17,000 people in one room, or 10,000. MGM Grand didn't do that. They didn't even try to make it happen, and I wonder if it's maybe because they had already sold a bunch of tickets, and they're like, well, how are we gonna pick and choose who gets to come now if we have to have limited capacity? But they should have. They fucking should have. Yeah, it's a bit of a speed bump there, but kind of a necessary speed bump.
If I purchase a ticket and then contract COVID-19 and am unable to attend, can I get a refund? That is a very valid question, my friend. Are you ready for their answer? No. Literally, I can't make this shit up. No. all tickets, sales for Celebrate are final. No cancellations or refunds will be offered, regardless of the reasons for absence. Tickets are non-transferable.
Yeah, non-transferable, doesn't that mean that, like, you can't give your ticket to someone else? You give them your $300 and it is gone forever in the middle of a global pandemic. There you go. I mean, $300 is a lot of money to some people. $245 is a lot of money to some people. It's like, well, I'm already in the hole. I already bought the ticket. I want to at least get what I paid for. This is a perfect example of how their profits are more important than the safety of the people attending their fucking convention and the people who are making them money. They don't fucking care. They just want money. That's it. $245 times, on the low end, 10,000. What's that, like almost $2.5 million? And that's not including all the merch that they're gonna buy while they're there. Whatever money they're gonna spend, that's also gonna benefit Paparazzi. Yeah, this was a cash grab, and they didn't care who literally died. Doesn't matter, as long as they get their money.
What does my ticket include for Celebrate? The price of your ticket will provide entry to all general sessions, access to shop for convention exclusive goodies, and admittance to the Black and White Recognition Gala, the kickoff celebration, and the after party. Each attendee will receive registration materials, which will include a commemorative t-shirt. Now, I wonder if they're going to change up those t-shirts so that they can go ahead and list the people that they have lost in their paparazzi event. I was curious, right? Because I saw a whole lot of pictures flood through. From who? From who? This is good, guys. This is so good. Paparazzi consultants themselves, who were still consultants, who still go out of their way to harass me, sent me celebrating their event. Shall we look? Wow. What is that? I don't see a mask in his hand, and I don't see a mask in his face. Do you guys know who that is? Yeah, that's Trent Kirby. Wow. Yes, that's Trent Kirby. Wow. Yes, that's Trent Kirby. Wow. They're so excited together. That's Trent Kirby. What is this? Oh, we got both of them together. This is an opportunity. Congratulations for getting both of them together. Yeah, that's Trent and Misty Kirby. Oh, what is this? That's Trent Kirby. Oh my God, at least he had a mask on his chin for this one. At least he had a mask on his chin. Yes, that's Trent Kirby. So I would like to go back and remind you about what we read.
I'm pretty sure Mac was saying this in his video. Again, if you haven't watched it, please go watch it. It's very good. Not only just like the people working for Paparazzi, like whoever helped do this event, but I mean, specifically on the founders. How can you expect everyone who is attending that event to adhere to CDC guidance suggestions when the founders themselves, the people who are up on that stage that everyone in the audience is bowing down to, when they're not even following that shit for themselves? In most of those pictures, there wasn't even a mask in sight on that guy or that lady, Trent and Misty, whatever the fuck their names are, the Kirbys. How do you expect anyone to respect that kind of guidance when the people throwing the event aren't even doing it? You can't. And what Mac was saying, and I think this, some people are going to say that is way too extreme. No, fuck that. What should have happened is that Paparazzi, because here is how you get 17,000 people or even 10,000 people to adhere to a mask mandate. You say, if you do not follow the mandate and whatever other things we're supposed to be following while we're here in the state of Nevada, you will be terminated from Paparazzi. There you go. I said it. Is that too extreme? I don't think so. Because guess what? They are going to listen to that. None of these $5 babies want to lose their business. So they're gonna adhere to it. Lay some stakes out on the table, honey. Give them a reason. Could that be considered a threat? Yeah, I think so. But sometimes threats are necessary. And in this case, it's hey, don't break the law or else you're gonna lose your business. It's really not that hard of a thing to do.
What safety precautions will be taken? Paparazzi staff and each of our convention attendees will be expected to adhere to all health and safety regulations outlined by the state of Nevada, Clark County, and the MGM Grand. Should I say that again? You have the leaders themselves not even adhering to their own policies and procedures. And this is okay. These people who do not have any ethics or responsibility whatsoever, who blatantly don't even outline and follow their own policies and procedures, yet will cancel or suspend consultants who have done nothing wrong. This is okay?
Right, they will cancel their top income earner for something she didn't even do, but they're unwilling to even like slightly punish someone who is literally disrespecting the entire state of Nevada and their laws and their mandates and their blah, 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 all that shit. But no, God forbid you're the victim of some trolls on the internet because paparazzi will cancel your account then. It makes no sense. They're really bad at picking their battles.
In what world do you feel that this is okay? They wrote a policy and procedure that they themselves don't even think is necessary to follow. Where is that okay? Oh, it gets worse. Oh, we've just, you guys, we've just begun. Everybody was there celebrating. If you chose not to go, not only did you not get your ticket refunded back to you, you are actually penalized. You have to pay a $50 penalty fee to the company for not showing up, for buying a ticket and not showing up. A lot of consultants are brainwashed, thinking that, well, that's a $50 fee because paparazzi is going to mail out all my stuff. So they should have to pay $50 extra to get their stuff mailed out to them. Okay, but what if I wasn't receiving any awards? No, that is a $50 penalty no matter what. If you do not pay your $50 penalty for not going to their convention, because for them, it's all about how it looks, then you will be canceled because you owe paparazzi money, right? Never mind that you order their jewelry every day and they don't ship it out for 3, 4, or 6 weeks. Never mind that you don't spend hours on the internet praising their company. They will cancel you because you are not paying a $50 penalty. Now, this is fact. People on here are going to be like, she lies. It's all lies. It's lies. Do your homework, people. So then what happens? You guys know what happens. 20,000 people showed up for the Celebrate event in the Delta Strand saturated hotspot of the country, Las Vegas. They were so proud to scream at the rooftops, this was a sold out event. And none of you can get your money back, even if you have COVID-19, even if you're showing sick symptoms. None of you can get your money back, even though the new CDC guidelines came out and they are very concerned with the Delta strand. We need to go and celebrate. And if you don't celebrate with us, you won't get your money back and we will penalize you.
Yeah, it's not even a matter of you won't get your money back. It's a matter of you're not going to get your money back and you're going to owe us even more. Tell me who's surprised by any of the events that took place afterwards. Given this information, you cannot blame the individual consultant for going at this point. Maybe they can take a little bit of blame for not being okay with parting with that. Then now definitely nearly $300, $295 if you're paying that $50 penalty. You could make the argument, money's not everything. If they truly believed that they shouldn't be going to this, you just take the L and protect yourself, because your life isn't worth $300. Your life is worth so much more than that. That's the only argument I can see where it's like maybe a little bit of the blame. But you have to remember that this is people's livelihood. It is more than just about money. It's about your team and the pressure that they put on you to go to these conventions. How you're not dedicated if you don't go to these conventions. Paparazzi did this. And by the way, I don't think I've mentioned this in this video yet, but Paparazzi is still, as of even yesterday, people were DMing me that they are still deleting any comment that is left on any of their social media regarding COVID, regarding the deaths of consultants, regarding sick consultants. Oh, and they blocked the person who posted that comment as well. Their social media team, their PR team is really like working overtime right now.
But I love this company. I love them so very much that I'm gonna go support my beloved company. And I'm above COVID because they're the founders themselves don't think it's a big deal. Hell, I brought a mask. But why should I bother wearing it when the founders themselves aren't even practicing the very guidelines they swore that we had to practice? Because we're paparazzi. We are above a silly Delta strand. And by the way, some of the consultants died that I knew them, and I actually knew them up to their death. See, what some of you don't understand, I refused to be brainwashed anymore.
See, this is personal for her. The one thing that us in the anti-MLM community who have been reporting on this, that is one thing that we cannot say, and why it is so important to listen to stories like this, because she knew the people who died. I'm already getting emotional just fucking saying that. These were her friends. These are people she knew for 3.5 years. So this is a form of storytelling that we need to hear so that people understand how fucking real this is. I just bit my tongue. Can't even be serious for 1 second without like, ah.
You would think that this company who cares so much about their consultants would say something about the people who have died. See, and this is why I didn't want to do this. Not only do they not care about the consultants who have died, they are telling high up elites to tell their teams to scrub all of their posts that they put up from the convention, so that way there is as little as defamating character as possible.
Oh, they're scrubbing away the evidence? Huh. If you're so innocent, why are you going through all of this behind the scenes to get rid of the evidence? You don't sound very innocent, paparazzi.
How do you know that's a fact? You're just making shit up now, because paparazzi would never do that. Oh, really? Paparazzi would never do that. Wow. A message from E. If you're involved in the paparazzi gang, you for sure know who this message is from.
I don't know who this message is from, by the way. I don't know who capital E is.
High up leader in paparazzi.
Oh, okay, a high up leader. Why do I always do that? Oh my god.
Message from E. Okay, not sure how to say this, but just to say it. Any leader that shared anything on their page about COVID and paparazzi convention, I urge you and encourage you to delete the post. There are some people that are trying to criminalize and demonize paparazzi and our founders, and we need to protect the brand and the image of paparazzi.
I don't think that's your fucking responsibility. It is not your responsibility as a distributor to protect paparazzi's reputation. See, a lot of the reason why paparazzi has such a negative image, especially to those of us in this community, is cultivated by the founders. It sounds just a circle of life.
This is what's ironic about this. Paparazzi themselves literally posted wall-to-wall pictures bragging about their own convention from their own photographers with hordes of people not wearing masks. Check it out. It's on the paparazzi page. Do you think that they were complying to the code? It's on the paparazzi page. Were they complying to the code? It's on the paparazzi page. Were they complying to the code? Oh, look at how squished in they are. It's on the paparazzi page. Were they social distancing and complying to the code? Look how happy they are. It's on the paparazzi page. Wow, this one got 1,903 likes. I wonder if that was before or after consultants died. It's on the paparazzi page. After posting a Q&A about how they are going to adhere to all of the CDC guidelines, because see, paparazzi likes to put things in writing because they think that way it covers their ass and it looks pretty. It's not what they mean. They do not have any ethical or moral standings whatsoever. And let me tell you, it's worse. Sherry Rank, you know why I care so much? I knew these people and I lived through the torment of paparazzi and these brainwashed consultants, and it's my right to care. Do you know what, Sherry Rank? Do you want to know where I'm confused? Why you don't care. Why you, now I'm fired fucking up. Why would you disgusting person, not care about the deaths of these people? While these people blatantly follow their leaders down a disgusting cult path. Why would you not care? Why would anybody not be so fired up that they are pissed the fuck off? Why would you not care? Because you, my friend, are disgusting. You don't care that your fellow paparazzi consultants died? You don't care as much as the founders don't fucking care. I'm fired up. Because everything I told you about paparazzi is right fucking here. They are liars. They are manipulators. They are users. They will not stop. And how? Oh, now I'm standing back. How do these consultants who are buying $5 fucking jewelry put that above the lives of a human being? You want to know who does? The company. You want to know who does? Let's go through the fucking list, Sherry Rank. Some of these people were my friends. Let's go through it. Yeah, let's go through the fucking list. You disgust me. You absolutely disgust me. You're disgusting. Let's go through the list. This is what fired me up to do this video, because I thought about not doing this video. So, what we discovered is every single consultant who has died, their paparazzi profile no longer exists. I want you to sink that in, and you can go look for yourselves. Every single consultant that has died, their paparazzi page does not exist anymore, as if they did not matter. They fucking matter, Sherry Rank. They will scrub you like you're nothing. It doesn't matter what you do to try to please this company. It doesn't matter. They will scrub you like they didn't even care. Oh, I love to cuss. You don't like it on here? Shove it up your ass. Tammy Holt McMillan. The ID removed or not on her personal page. Consultant since August 20th. 2020. Her husband, David McMillan, is in the ICU. She died. Joy Gottschalk, ID 313130. Her husband also passed away. He attended convention and so did she. She's scrubbed. You will not find her profile anywhere. Shakia Moore, ID number 279043. She was a friend of mine. Her page is scrubbed like she did not matter. Jessie Harris, ID removed or not on page. Website Paparazzi by Jessie Harris. Scrubbed, did not matter. Temple Masters, friend of mine. 257971. Her husband, Clint Masters, also died. Scrubbed, did not matter. Melanie Dawn, ID removed. Scrubbed, done, did not matter. Candy Woods, ID number 136023. Scrubbed, profile gone, did not matter. Judith Kalegos. On August 16th, 2021, her family wrote this. I lost the battle to COVID-19. I was only 26 years old. Like many of you, I had made plans for my future. There was still so much I wanted to do, so much I wanted to accomplish. Even so, I had accomplished milestones. She died. She's scrubbed. She does not matter. You want to know why I care? For 3.5 years, I was family with these people. For 3.5 years, I endured the torment, the brainwashing, the belittling, and the disgustingness. And see, I was lucky enough to get out. I was lucky enough that I wasn't still brainwashed. And I wasn't on here like the rest of them defending their beloved paparazzi company. Tell me, paparazzi, have you said one word about any of these people who have died? No, you scrubbed their profiles like they did not matter. You did not adhere to any of the policies you wrote about. You furthermore would not give anybody a refund on their ticket because they were concerned. You furthermore did not demonstrate social distancing or mask wearing like leaders should. Don't sit there, paparazzi trolls, and tell me it was their own choice. The way that paparazzi literally brainwashes these people. They preach to them. They tell them, believe in us, blindly follow us. We have your own back, boo. Literally, the founders will say this over and over again. Why don't you trust us? We have your back. Really? Really? Paparazzi consultants? Really? Did I not show you all the pictures of what the founders were demonstrating themselves? And you want to know why I care. I want to know why you don't. I want to know why these consultants think it's okay to put out a post for them to scrub every single picture of anything that happened at that convention that truly happened. Even after paparazzi posted all those pictures, they even took down pictures of the people who died. They don't even have enough morals and ethics to keep up their own freaking consultants on their team who died. They literally followed their beloved leaders and took down pictures of their own downlines, so-called friends who have died, while paparazzi scrubs their accounts. This is not okay. This is why I want all the paparazzi trolls to please demonstrate your keyboard warriorism. Please. This is why I told you guys, let them go. Let them go.
This is indefensible. And if you, whether you're watching this video or, I'm speaking to every fucking paparazzi defender out there, there is something so wrong with you. If you think that even for a second that this is defensible. People fucking died. But no, it doesn't matter unless it personally affects you, right? This is more than politics. This is more than COVID. This is more than mask mandates. This is more than anti-MLM. This is people's lives. And these people left behind children. Imagine orphaning your children over $5 jewelry. Imagine even chancing that. Imagine thinking that even for a second that is a fair trade. You all want to say that you join your multi-level marketing company to help people. And while we sit here all the time and say, well, no, you're not helping anybody but yourself, this takes it to a whole new level. Imagine giving your fucking life to a company that the moment they killed you, they want to pretend like you never even existed to them. You literally gave your life to them. And as soon as they have it, they scrub you from existence. This is what this is. This is what we're talking about. Fucking shame on you, paparazzi. Shame on you, whatever their fucking names are, the Kirby, whatever the fuck. Shame on you. Shame on you for the atmosphere you created that is making your consultants that made it out of this alive think that they need to be defending this. Shame on you. This is disgusting. In all of my years of covering multi-level marketing companies and seeing the shady, nasty shit that they do, this is by far the worst. If these victims companies won't stand up for them, somebody fucking has to, and I am so glad that this woman is doing it. And how fucking ironic is it that the anti-MLM community is the community that is giving these people their voice, because they were people. They were people with families. They were people with children. And you're gonna fucking stand by paparazzi. I don't care how much I don't agree with the way they made their money. There's still people. And this is the world we're living in right now. And guess the fuck what? Monet's about to have another fucking super spreader event in Atlanta. I'll be damned if they cancel it. I'll be fucking shocked. You know what won't shock me though? Is if the same shit happens again. And for what? When you put profit over people's health, safety, and lives, something needs to change. This is not okay. This has never been okay, but it is especially not okay right now. People died. Oh my god, it was only 10-ish people out of 20,000. The percentage of it, I don't fucking care. That is 10 people who have been taken from this earth for a variety of reasons. Mostly brainwashing, and not just on the MLM side, but just the misinformation that is spreading around this fucking country and world. How somehow that misinformation is more contagious than the virus itself. And it is killing people. Yeah, you wanna know why we fucking care? It's because you don't. Someone has to. You know who does care, I'm sure? The children who got left behind. The children who are no longer going to have a mother and or a father. The families of the people who lost someone they loved. Funny how, as soon as it affects you, then you'll start caring. But who gives a shit about the people who are victims? Not until it affects you personally, honey boo boo. Sorry. If you're not angry about this, then you need to get some fucking help. Because you have lost all fucking humanity.
Let them demonstrate how they don't care about lives lost and say, oh, well, it was their choice. Honey, when you're brainwashed in a cult like that, you don't feel like it's your choice. Did you know that as a leader, it was never my choice whether or not I went to a convention? They strong arm you. They literally tell you you're not serious about our company unless you go. You know, they literally told me that during their whenever they do their little tour, you are not a responsible leader unless you get on a plane and show up at every single event. They will literally tell you you are nothing unless you show up. And you are an example to your team. They literally tell you you are no leader and you do not deserve to lead a team unless you show up to these events. I was told that over and over again, and you want to know why. I care. Again, I ask you, why don't you? This is how much your uplines in paparazzi care about you. All they care about is their pocketbook and whether or not paparazzi is going to find themselves criminally at fault for blatantly not following CDC guidelines. I'm going to show you an example, and you can go look it up yourself, of leaders taking down pictures of the very people who have died like they mean nothing. Just like paparazzi can go and scrub these accounts away like these people mean nothing. And if you're truly confused by this message, you have lower IQ than what I could even imagine. You really do. This has been so straightforward. If you are still not even a slight bit convicted and you are still on here being a keyboard warrior for paparazzi company, I weep for our society. I really do. But I want you to go ahead and comment away so you can prove the very fact that paparazzi brainwashes you to the point where you have no ethics. You cannot think for yourself. You don't even know how to make your own decisions anymore because your leaders continue to help paparazzi brainwash you. Do you know who this is? Do you know who that is? They were so proud to post these pictures. Oh, do you know who that is? That's Joy Gottschalk's, who passed away. And that's Joy Gottschalk's with the person who held the event. Had all these pictures posted all over his wall. Joy died. He took them down. First, he wanted to say, let's bow our heads and weep that she has died. And then paparazzi announces that people are trying to demonize and criminalize them. And it is your job as a leader to scrub all of the evidence. They had no problem going on their page and taking down their friends' photos who have died. Just like that. Like they didn't exist. Along with scrubbing their paparazzi profiles like they didn't exist. How is this okay? I'm not bitter. The difference between me and you is I'm braver. I'm braver than you are. I am braver. If you're a consultant and you got out and you are still scared to death to speak up, get brave.
I second that. If you are ex-paparazzi, tell your fucking story. Don't be afraid of paparazzi. I hope that what has happened here is going to get paparazzi in trouble in at least one way. I fucking hope, because they fucking deserve it. They've deserved it for a long time, but if this ain't the final straw, bitch, I don't know what is. Why would anyone want to be a part of a company who treats their moneymakers this way? They caused their deaths, and now they want nothing to do with it.
You are letting the paparazzi warriors call us liars when there is more of us who know the truth than those who are brainwashed. Are you listening to me? They will continually win because you are afraid. They will continually win because they send you letters in the mail stating that if you say anything bad about paparazzi, they're going to sue you, and you're afraid. If you literally are at home and saying, wow, same exact thing happened to me, and you are not speaking up about what's going on, it's time for you to get brave. It's time for you to educate people and tell them that the way the founders run this company is not right. Why was I canceled? Because I told them that. Rise up with your integrity. Speak up. If this does not make you angry, quite frankly, you are not human. If you are sitting there coming up with excuses on how this is okay, there is something human missing inside you.
I think at the very least it got suppressed when you got brainwashed by a cult. Imagine being okay with this. Imagine victim blaming. Imagine denying COVID at this point. I mean, it's just unreal.
This is not okay. Over 10 have died, over 50 are in the ICU. Furthermore, one of the Z recipients is still in the ICU with COVID, with the Delta strand.
Hey, but at least she got that Z necklace, right? I mean, come on, was it worth it? I mean, I would ask anybody who was at the convention if any of this was worth it to them. And some of them have been asked, and they said yes. Imagine saying that this fucking $5 jewelry convention was worth at least 10 human lives. And not only that, hey, can we talk about how the people who are in the ICU right now, the 50 plus people, how many of them are going to, if they survive, they're going to have long-term effects for the rest of their life. Ask them if it was fucking worth it. And if you still think that it was worth it, hey, maybe pull your head out of your ass a little bit. Just enough for like an ear to hang out or something. Just out of the butt, just a little bit. So you can at least hear what is going on around you. Because right now, you're in a bubble. I mean, actually, if we're sticking with this analogy, you're in a butthole. Sorry, I shouldn't be making jokes right now. But you know what I'm saying. Your head is lodged so far in paparazzi's ass that you think your fucking convention was worth the lives of at least 10 people. Fuck you, man.
And if she didn't show up to convention, she would not have gotten her Z piece that she worked for. But you need to go there and kiss paparazzi's ass and tell them thank you. Not so they can tell you thank you, so you can tell them thank you. People are now coming after the MGM Grand. The MGM Grand has reports that they tried to control the 20,000 plus crowd of paparazzi consultants. Not only were not able to control, but when they would ask people to social distance and or wear masks, that these paparazzi consultants would be rude and vile to them. They have literally said that because they're also being held responsible.
And they should be held responsible. They shouldn't have let this event happen in the first place. Because it's not enough to say, oh, well, we tried to get them to comply. We tried to get them to do what they're supposed to be doing and they just wouldn't do it. It's like you wouldn't have had to try anything if you weren't holding the event in the first place. No, it's not the employees' fault. They were just doing what they were told. They were just doing their job. No, it's MGM's fault. The MGM Grand and every fucking hotel out in Vegas that they own. It's their fault. And paparazzi. But yeah. You know what I'm saying.
Most of you that are sticking up for paparazzi, you don't even make money. That's what cracks me up. Most of you who are blindly following paparazzi, you don't even make money. As a matter of fact, most of you are thousands of dollars in debt.
Fucking tell them!
Quite frankly, I don't even know why you're on here keyboard warrioring it up. Shouldn't you be scrubbing your pages like paparazzi has asked you to? Oh, I'm sorry. It wasn't paparazzi. It was your leaders. Because let me tell you what's going to happen next. And this is a fact. Any leader who put that out there, that paparazzi asked them to ask you guys to scrub your pages, paparazzi will deny it. They will throw these leaders under the bus and say that was on their own accord, that they did that themselves, that paparazzi did not ask them to do anything. Because see, that's the way paparazzi operates. Although it's truth that all that happened at the convention, we need to lie and we need to erase these people like they didn't exist so we can protect our pocketbook. Because tomorrow, we might not have a paycheck.
Oh, but that's not fucked up at all. That's just life. That's what I've seen people say. I've seen people who are defending this just be like, yeah, people died. That's life. It's like, what if it was you? What if it was your husband? What if it was your wife? What if it was your child? Is it just life then? No, you're definitely gonna be one of those people who goes on Facebook and asks for all the prayer warriors to hold your loved one up to God so that he may heal. You would do that. You definitely would if it was you, but it's not you, so it doesn't matter. Grow up. Just I don't know what else to say. Just like fucking grow up and then like grow a heart or something after that because you don't have one.
Just when I didn't think that paparazzi could get any more disgusting, they superseded my expectations. Fear tactics are what they show every day in their company. They run their company through fear. They want you afraid of being canceled. They want you afraid of being suspended. They want you afraid of other consultants who are going to turn you in for whatever it may be that you may do. They want you to live in fear.
That is fucking Scientology right there. And what's Scientology? Oh, that's a cult. You cannot confide in anybody. Just like in fucking paparazzi, if you see something, you're a suppressive person if you don't report it. You're a bad person if you don't report it. There's guilt if you don't report it. If you don't go tattle on someone who is not walking the walk. This is a cult. This is a cult. And this is coming from the top income earner in the company. What more do you need? What reason does she have to lie? She gave up her $1 million a year paycheck because, oh, I don't know, she has morals. Funny how that works.
One of the scare tactics that they use for you to stay in, even though you keep on going farther and farther into debt, is that you will never be successful without paparazzi. And what you fail to see as a consultant is that you're not even successful now. You're not making money. You're losing money. And even if you're making money, what are you making? A couple $100s a month. But have you added up how much you spent to make that?
Now she's starting to sound like an anti-mlmer. This is my kind of girl. This is my kind of speech. Your involvement in paparazzi is not worth any of this. There's life after paparazzi. Hopefully you don't take that to mean I'm just gonna join another MLM, because that's not what we're saying. No, because you're gonna encounter a lot of the same shit. But maybe just consider, I don't know, getting out of paparazzi, because they're not worth your valuable time and effort. You could probably be doing so much more. I probably cut out the last like 15 minutes of that because she was going off on like someone in the chat or something like that. That all being said, I thought that was really powerful. And I think that people on either side, anti-MLM, pro-MLM, anti-vaxxer, pro-vaxxer, I feel like anyone can take something from this, because this is about more than that shit. This is about more than my personal feelings. This is about people's lives. I don't know, leave me your comments or something. Let me know what you think, because I'm just tired. I'm just so fucking sick of this shit. And you know what? I wish I could say that this was going to be the end of the situation, but I don't think it is. I think we're going to see a higher body count, first of all, because there's still 50 plus people in the ICU. And I think that we're going to see kind of a repeat of everything when Monet has their convention in a few weeks. Anyway, I'm just going to thank my patrons now. These are the people who financially support me, and I am so grateful for them. They get access to our private Discord server. We have a postcard club for higher tiered members. Sometimes you get early access to videos if I can swing that. If that's something that you're interested in, you can go to patreon.com/Savannah Marie, or you can click the join button beneath this video to become a financial supporter of mine. Today's also the first of the month, so I don't know. Sometimes Patreon like leaves out some people on this list for the first like 5 days. So if you're a patron or a member of mine, I guess just mostly Patreon, and I don't read your name, it's because Patreon's always a jerk the first few days of the month. Anyway, time to thank everybody. The biggest thank you in the whole wide world goes to Amanda Shannon, Nitty Dragon, Leanne, Meredith Nakata, Molly Wasilewski, Quinlan E, Ryan Mew, Turd Ferguson, Alice W, April Lindblom, Boris Geller, Katrina Rosemarick, Claire T, Danae Twitchell, Daniel Urena, E. Higgins, Erica Louder-Craddock, Jerry Duncan, Heidi Haw, Julia Wheeler, Kelly Creffield, Kim Cartwright, Lizzie McQueen, Maddie Darley, Rachel McHenry, Samantha Jackson, Stephanie Hell, Tuesday the 13th, Jay Marie, Lizzie Lyon, Tiffany Brust, Auntie Lou, Vamp Faye, Fallon Lowry, Sabrina Franklin, and Julia Nieberdowski. And to the rest of my wonderful financial supporters, thank you so much for being here and for being you. And even if you're not a financial supporter of mine, thank you for making it to the end of this video, especially you just being here means a lot, so thank you. Keep making waves, babes. And also, I guess I'll continue to update you guys on this situation as I see fit. Have a little compassion for your fellow man. I guess I'll smell y'all later. Mommy Tsunami out.